Okay, Gail has three questions here. And the first one is there anything in Second Temple or intertestamental period that gives us insights of whether there are levels in hell? Does Mike Heiser have any insights in this? It is hard to understand how a relatively moral person who never turned to Christ could suffer the same penalty as Hitler, Stalin, Judas, etc.
Mm-hmm. Well, on the one hand, the idea of degrees of punishment, I think, is a scriptural one, but that doesn't depend on levels in hell. If you actually go into Second Temple literature, there are a wide range of nouns or adjectives, and or both, that describe this place that is the polar opposite of where God lives, up in the heavens. Okay. And the heavenly stuff language is very well known in Second Temple literature to have lots of different levels. I mean, you'll any number of pseudepigraphical texts, for instance, that go into that. You really don't get the same thing with the opposite place, with the bad place. They all sort of kind of overlap. Abyss, Hades, Gehenna, that sort of thing. They all point to a specific place and not necessarily levels. Now, there are some passages where it makes you wonder, okay, in this place, are there like different rooms or different neighborhoods where, one set of bad guys lives here, another set of bad guys lives there. Okay, there are some places where you could read certain texts that way, but that doesn't specifically speak of levels. You really only get level terminology, and even here it's not that much, but in rabbinic literature, you'll get certain passages that talk about levels, but it's kind of an incidental issue, because if you go to a passage like Matthew 10:15, where Jesus says, "Truly I say to you, it will be more bearable on the day of judgment for the land of Sodom and Gomorrah than for that town," a town that doesn't accept his disciples. A passage like that tells you, I think, pretty plainly that there are degrees of punishment. Now, whether that corresponds with levels, again, we're not really told. But at the very least, that statement by Jesus suggests, I think, pretty clearly that not everybody is sort of viewed on the same level of wickedness, that there are certain acts, there are certain things, and rejecting him, of course, is a big deal, in his teachings. That's why Jesus says this. So there is a differentiation made in certain passages in the New Testament that convey this idea, but you don't actually have sort of a level hierarchical description to go with it.